Good morning, everybody. This is Eileen from Eileen Goes Lean coming into you today on Tuesday, May 23rd, 2017. Coming at you today with my week 17 post VSG update. So let me just get into the stats quickly. And again, I have to look at my notes because I don't remember. So today it is 17 weeks ago that I had my surgery. In the last week, I've lost 2.6 pounds. Since surgery, I've lost 61.6 pounds. And since my high weight on Halloween, I have lost, are you ready? Drum roll, please. 98.8 pounds. Oh my God, almost 100. 1.2 pounds away from 100. In my finance days, I would round to 98.8 to 100, but anyway. So I had mentioned a few weeks ago that my goal was to get to 100 pounds by Memorial Day, which is next Monday. So I could very well make that goal. So I'm very excited. It's very exciting. Um, very exciting. So it's hard to believe that that's where we are. So, what is happening this week? Last week I talked a little bit about how to deal with not being able to eat to deal with your stresses. This week there's been a tremendous amount of stress in our lives, a lot of things happening, a lot of things swirling about, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of things happening, and as I mentioned last week, I do a lot of Reiki on myself, and that's really what I've turned to over the last week. Um, Stress is a killer. We know it, and we have to figure out how to handle it. And, I would say again, it's been particularly stressful Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and everything worked out well yesterday despite all the stress going into it on Sunday. So I worry about things that I shouldn't worry about. I worry about things that I know are going to be okay, but I still worry about them anyway. And I have to really learn how to really tap into my faith, my Reiki, my meditation, my relaxation, because all this does is just create other issues. So I think one of the issues that I had this past week, and again, it may be TMI, but I've had some really difficult constipation issues, and I think it's from all the stress. Um, my doctor had prescribed some Benefiber to take every day. It's the kind that's powder that you mix with water. I have a huge thing of it here. I haven't taken it, but I think I'm going to start just because I don't want to go through having these constipation issues. And I think sometimes when there is a lot of stress going on, and sometimes that creates situations for me at least where if I've got to go run and do something, I don't end up making food. So I grab a shake, and I've been having shakes pretty much every day, maybe once a day, because I have to run here or there and I don't have time to make regular food, the usual food that I have. So I just grab a shake. And I'm not sure that that's that great for us. And some people have a shake as part of their routine, but I think if you don't, it could create an issue. So I'd love to hear from anybody that has any words of wisdom on the constipation and how to avoid it. I mean, I think I try to eat some vegetables, but I don't eat very many vegetables because there's just not enough room in Gertie to have the protein and the vegetables. So, I'm pretty much protein, some vegetables, no fruit. Um, so, anyway, I'd love to hear anything anybody has to say about that. I would love to hear it. The next thing I wanted to talk about is weighing daily. And I've had the good fortune to have a loss every week. Last week I had, you couldn't count it as a stall, excuse me, but I had probably 3 or 4 days, probably 3 days, maybe four, where my weight stayed exactly the same. And I'm eating the same. Why is my weight staying the same? It doesn't make any sense. Um, but it does. And so there's some frustration, I think, when you get on the scale every day and it doesn't move. So I'd be curious to hear how others handle that. What I try to do is if it doesn't move, I know I haven't done anything that I shouldn't do. I know I've done all the right things. So I know that it's eventually going to catch up and be okay. And I do know that, although I'm not as happy when I get off the scale and there's not a loss as I am when there is. So I'm trying to move myself to getting weighed once a week, but there's something about getting up every morning and seeing what the scale says and having it be down, even if it's 2/10 of a pound or 4/10 of a pound or whatever it is. If it's moving down, I just get a few moments of exhilaration from that, and I really like that. So I'm just sort of debating with myself what to do. Shall I move to once a week? Shall I continue with daily? I've heard some people say that you should weigh once a week when you're losing and daily when you're in maintenance so you know what you're doing. So I'd be curious to hear what other people are doing. When I've mentioned on earlier videos that I've had two episodes where I lost over 100 pounds. And during those times, I weighed just once a week. In fact, the most recent one that I did, that where I lost the weight, I only got weighed once a week at a place where I was going to. I had a weekly appointment to check in, and I got weighed only there. Never got weighed at home. Never got on the scale at home. Only got weighed there once a week. At that same time, I wore the same clothes every week because I wanted nothing to impact the weight, whether it be clothing or anything else. So I'm anxious to hear what others do and any advice anybody might have, because the truth is that if the scale doesn't move, or even if it goes up, and sometimes it might go up half a pound in a day for who knows whatever reason. Um, again, that happened to me maybe a couple weeks ago, and I know exactly what happened. I ate something that was very salty. I had a soup that was very salty, and it was very humid out, and I'm sure I was retaining fluid. I'm sure I was retaining water. I mean, ate something salty on a humid day. Hello. So, but I wasn't too happy about that. Anyway, so that's what's happening. I don't really have too much else to say other than I'm hoping to come to you with a big celebration next week. If and when I hit that 100-pound mark, I'm very excited to see that happening next week. One other thing, my clothes continue to get really big on me, um, and I really need to just get rid of them and get new clothes, or go shopping in my closet and find clothes that do fit me. Um, Another NSV is I had to do a lot of physical stuff yesterday, and I was running around, and I was um, pushing someone in may as well call it a wheelchair kind of thing, pushing someone around, and I was able to do it. And 98.8 pounds ago, there's no way I could have done everything that I've had to do the last few days. Just no way. No way could I have done it with all that extra weight on me. And I also mentioned this before, where I had to lift something that was, or I tried to lift something that was 58 pounds, and I couldn't do it. And I'm thinking, I was walking around with almost twice that weight on me. No wonder my knees hurt. No wonder my back hurts. No wonder I was tired all the time. And I'm still a little bit tired, but um, that I think just kind of goes with the territory. But when you think about having all of that weight on you, what that does for you physically. And although I still don't feel thin, I feel thinner, I feel better, I feel, I do feel better, and I do feel thinner. But anyway, those are just some random thoughts. Sorry about that. Anyway, so I hope that everyone out there is doing well. I hope you're all having a great week. Hope everything is going well and that you're able to stay on plan and really take care of yourself and come back to that whole self-care thing. And, we're doing all of this to take care of ourselves. And, I actually said these words yesterday. If I don't take care of myself, I can't take care of anybody else or anything else. So it's really important that we take care of ourselves and we do the things that we need to do for ourselves. And with that, I'm going to sign off for this week. I'll come back at you next week for week 18. Oh, the other thing is I'm looking forward to watching some videos from WLSFA last weekend. Haven't seen any up yet, but I'm hoping that we get to see some of the action that happened there. I'm looking very forward to that and hope to see that. And again, I would ask you, if you like what you see, please subscribe. If you have any questions, please ask, and I'm happy to answer as best I can. So, with that, I'm going to sign off and say peace and love to all.